Basic appraisal procedures, page 74. The time, effort, and money. Return on investment for money spent may also be taken into consideration. For extensive repairs, the time needed to complete the repairs and the time value of money are additional considerations that can complicate the calculations and the decision. Functional obsolescence. Functional obsolescence is when a building is less desirable because of something inherent in the structure's design. This type of depreciation is observable during an inspection, but may sometimes need to be confirmed with a demographic study or market analysis. For example, some older houses have 2 bedrooms in tandem. You must go through the first bedroom to get to the second one. While this feature can be observed, additional data is often needed to determine if this feature constitutes functional obsolescence. A demographic study may show this feature is not a negative factor as long as the house has enough other separate bedrooms to accommodate a typical family. A market analysis may show this feature is a drawback when many newer houses are in the area, but not when the subject is in an area of older houses with the same feature. Other examples of functional obsolescence are outdated styles, out-of-date fixtures, or houses with only 1 bathroom. Unusual floor plans can also fall under the category of functional obsolescence. These undesirable features may be curable because they can be fixed at a reasonable cost, like outdated fixtures, or incurable because they can't be fixed without major cost or renovations, like a house's style. Remember, if the cost to repair/replace a deficiency is less than its contributory value, it is curable. If the cost to repair/replace a deficiency is more than its contributory value, it's incurable. The test for classification as curable or incurable is whether the cost of the renovation can be recovered when the property is sold. So major costs or renovations may be classified as curable if they would make a major contribution to the property's value, such as adding a half bath. A depreciation estimate for functional obsolescence is determined differently depending on whether the undesirable feature is curable or incurable. If the obsolescence is curable, then depreciation is equal to the cost of curing the undesirable feature. If the undesirable feature is incurable, then depreciation is estimated through paired data analysis, comparing sale prices of properties with the feature and without to determine an adjustment for the undesirable feature. External obsolescence. External obsolescence is when something outside the control of a property makes it less desirable. The factors causing the obsolescence may be extra notes. If the structure had no heating system, something wrong with the design, outside the property, almost always incurable. Page 75. Economic, environmental, or locational. This type of depreciation may be observable, but often requires additional research. This additional research typically looks at the cause of the problem and the likelihood it will continue, as well as the effect the external obsolescence has on the market value of the property. For example, external obsolescence may be caused by the closing of a plant that was important to the economic base of an area. This example might also be referred to as economic obsolescence. An appraiser will gather as much information as possible. Is the plant shut down permanent or temporary? Are there any parties interested in buying the facility? Answers to these questions may influence the value of the subject property or the depreciation cited for external obsolescence, and of course will be discussed in the appraisal report. Other examples of external obsolescence are a declining neighborhood, a nearby landfill, or a new highway that creates noise or reroutes traffic. These conditions and their external causes are incurable because property owners typically can do little to stop or change these conditions. Even when action can be taken, such as trying to close a landfill, the outcome is uncertain and often far into the future. Such actions do not make something curable until the circumstance has actually changed, which would not be the case on the effective date of the appraisal. A depreciation estimate for external obsolescence is determined by a market analysis or through extraction using paired data analysis, comparing the distance in the sale prices from a property with the external obsolescence and the similar property without it. That value adjustment difference observed from market data becomes the adjustment figure used in the appraisal. Now that you have been formally introduced to the conditions leading to depreciation, let's discuss some special concerns depending on the use of replacement or reproduction costs. When using replacement as a basis of cost for an existing structure, a very important point is replacement cost will cure many forms of functional obsolescence of the present structure. Thus, the appraiser must be cautious not to apply functional obsolescence when it has already been cured in the cost. Reproduction cost, however, reproduces the functional obsolescence, since the definition implies duplication. Thus, functional obsolescence would need to be estimated. Of course, when the improvement is new, given there is no obsolescence of design or functional layout, replacement and reproduction are the same.